Most traders think the goal is to be right. Right about the direction, right about the setup, right about the trade. But the strange truth about trading is this: the best traders are wrong all the time. That sounds impossible because most people assume successful traders must have better predictions, better analysis, or some kind of special insight into the market. But that's not what separates them. The real difference is how they handle being wrong. Beginner traders treat being wrong like a personal failure. A trade stops them out, and it feels like proof they made a bad decision, so they react. They move their stop loss. They hold the trade longer than they should. They look for reasons the market will turn back in their favor, anything to avoid accepting the loss. Because being wrong hurts, and the brain naturally tries to avoid that feeling. But this is where disciplined traders behave differently. They don't treat a losing trade like a personal judgment. They treat it like information. A stop loss isn't an insult, it's feedback. The market is simply saying the idea didn't work, so they close the trade and move on. No drama, no negotiation, no argument with the chart. And this is where the real paradox of trading appears. The traders who survive long-term are not the ones who are right the most. They're the ones who can be wrong the fastest. Because small losses are manageable. They're part of the system. What destroys traders is not being wrong. It's refusing to accept that they are. When traders fight losses, they start bending their own rules. They widen stops. They add to losing positions. They revenge trade. What began as a controlled risk turns into emotional decision-making, and suddenly one small loss becomes a large one. This is why professional traders learn something that most beginners resist. Being wrong is not the enemy. In fact, it's part of the process. Every trade is just a probability. Some work, some don't. Your job is not to avoid being wrong. Your job is to manage what happens when you are. The traders who last in this business feel the same emotions you do. They feel the frustration. They feel the disappointment. They feel the urge to prove the market wrong. They just don't let those emotions make the next decision. Over time, they build a mindset where losses are expected, controlled, and quickly accepted. They understand that consistency comes from discipline, not prediction, and that difference changes everything. Once traders accept this idea, their behavior begins to shift. Losses stop feeling personal. Trades become decisions instead of emotional battles, and the market stops being something they need to defeat.